Hey everybody, it's Kris at Oak Street Garden Shop. Today I want to talk to you about watering. We are going into summer in Birmingham, Alabama. It's the beginning of June, and I really think talking to y'all when you come in here that I don't think you're watering enough. I don't think you're watering correctly, and I'm here to show you how to do it, okay? We're going to talk about these 3 planters right here. And then I'm going to take you over to another side of the nursery and show you some that like to go a little drier and how to water those. So we're going to start with this beautiful planter that Cindy put together. It has a salvia, it has Mexican heather, lantana, and a petunia, and some euphorbia here on the side. It's just gorgeous. It is full, it is fat, it is happy. You can see the size pot this is in. It's not very big. So we check this planter every morning. Every single morning we walk through the nursery, we turn our water wands on, and we get the water wand underneath. You are not gonna just go spraying these plants all over the place. That water's not gonna go into that pot at all. It's actually going to go, it's gonna, crush the plants a lot of the times. The salvia will break if you just water the top, and that water doesn't get down in there. You have got to water thoroughly when you water. And that I want you to take that away from this video, depending on what the plant is. All of these plants like thorough watering. We have a coleus standard here with a lower coleus below, some angel vine. Again, this pot isn't that huge. It's not something that will stay moist for days and days and days. So again, water wand on. Don't turn your water on really, really hard. You want it kind of soft. And then again, even if you have to move the plants a little bit to get that wand in there, go ahead and water it until the top is thoroughly moist. And that'll hold it for the rest of a hot day. You're gonna wanna check pots this size again in the afternoon. So don't think you're done, especially when we get into 90-degree temperatures. The hanging basket Boston fern here. I usually check to see how heavy it feels. When it starts to feel light, and in the summertime it is going to be every morning, again, I will pull the fronds up, get the water wand underneath. And with hanging baskets, I learned a long time ago that you water, you take a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you move on if you have another hanging basket, and you do the same thing, and then you go back to the first one. And again, with larger pots, that's how you water. You water slowly, deeply. You move to another planter, you water that one slowly, deeply, and then you go back. You want to be sure that your plantings are nice and moist. So that is kind of the lesson on plants that like more water. Now we're going to move to a couple planters that like to go drier, and I'm going to show you how to water those. Okay, so now I've got 2 planters here that we've done. That one is a succulent planter. It likes to go very dry, but even succulents need water once in a while. So don't think you can just ignore it. And we're going through a drought possibly, down, let's say in July, August, and you've just decided, well, they're succulents, they don't need water. They do once in a while. So you've got to keep an eye on it. This is another planter that I've done that has a lot of things that do like to go dry. They're not like succulents exactly, but they do like to go drier. The lamb's ear, the eucalyptus, gumfrena, the iris pallida, that's one of my favorite plants, but you have to be very, very careful not to overwater it. It's like a bearded iris that likes to go really dry. So with this planter, I would take a watering can and I would just check it. Like the silver dichondra likes to go very dry. If I poke my finger in there and it's moist, I'm gonna leave it alone. The one in this planter that would need the most water would be the scented geranium. And I'm gonna come in right where it is, and I'm gonna give it water right there and let it really soak in. And then I'm gonna go back like I talked about. I'm gonna let it go in. I'm gonna go back and give it a little bit more. It's keeping the water away from the iris, away from these other plants that don't need it as much, and just kind of focusing the water where it needs to go. With the succulent planter, the face planter right here, which is one of my favorite planters, I love doing this one, Again, you want to only water if we've gone through really long periods of really dry. And you will look in the soil, you're gonna poke your finger down in there. When it's dry and you haven't watered or it hasn't rained for quite some time, like I'm talking a couple weeks at least, then you're gonna wanna get your watering can, again, right in the base of the planter. You don't wanna water right on it. And if we get rainstorms, I mean, that's gonna happen. It's just, that's life. You may lose some of the plants in here if we go through a really wet period. It's just, that's the nature of plants. But I did want to, and I hope this helps you, discuss different ways to water, different plantings, different size plantings, and the right techniques. Come see us. We got lots of plants and lots of planters. We'll see you soon.